I'm on the road again. Can't wait to get on the road again. Better question. Are you on track? Are you on the right road to being healthy, fit, strong, energetic, lean, healthy for the rest of your life? I like the word healthy because it's just, a lot of people talk about being sick versus healthy, but I'm not sick doesn't necessarily mean that I'm healthy. So that's my question. And as an exercise professional and as a person who owns a international fitness business college, one of the things that people ask me on a regular basis is, how do I choose a great exercise professional, personal trainer, results coach, personal exercise coach? How do I choose a gym? How do I get the best information on how to be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of my life? And I think there's only three things. And this is a very simple way to look at your human body and how to be healthy for the rest of your life. And if you are an exercise professional, this is going to be a very challenging three simple questions. So the answer should be yes to all these three things. And if you're going to get an exercise professional, the answer should be yes to all these three things. If you're really fit and if you're really strong, and if you can keep doing whatever that is to get you fit and strong for the rest of your life, will you be fit, strong and healthy, or more likely to be healthy for the rest of your life? So I'll rephrase. If I'm really fit and if I'm really strong, what happens to my body and my brain, and what will happen to my ability to have great quality of life for the rest of my life? And I like to rattle them off. If I'm really fit and really strong, I'll have a healthy brain, so I'm less likely to be depressed, anxious, have Alzheimer's, dementia, Parkinson's disease, MS, any kind of neurological disease. I'm going to have higher self-esteem and self-confidence because I feel good about myself because my brain's working effectively and my body's in great shape. I look good and I feel good on the inside. I'm going to have strong muscles and bones, which means I'm going to have a fast metabolism. I'm not going to get osteoporosis, bone thinning disease. And I'm going to stay young for a long time because anti-aging simply means have strong muscles and bones so I can keep doing all the things that I want to do. So I can be fit. If I am fit and strong muscles and bones, I can keep going, doing that, all the things that I'm doing now for the rest of my life, regardless of my age. I'm going to have a strong immune system so I can fight germs, bugs, viruses, diseases. And if for some reason I do get sick or I eat some horrible thing in a third world country, I'll get rid of it. My body, my immune system will fight hard for me very, very quickly. And I always use that example. If you eat bad food and you get food poisoning, if you've got a strong immune system, you vomit or poo or both at the same time very quickly and your body gets rid of it really quickly. I'm sharing all of that because for me, that's the ultimate product. If you're an exercise professional, if you're a medical professional, shouldn't we be aiming to get people fit and strong so that they get all those major benefits? The challenge, of course, is that there's so much contradicting information about how to get fit and how to get strong, so people don't do it. The exercise program is too long, or it's too boring, or it injures them, or they don't have time to do it, so they don't do it. So that's the third part. So the three questions, the controversial, really important questions. Do you know how to get fit? Do you know how the cardiovascular system works, the respiratory system, how the central nervous system, the endocrine system work with those, with your heart and lungs to get you really fit? Do you know how that all works, and can you explain it simply to inspire people to want to be fit? Do you know how the body gets strong? Do you know how muscles get stronger? Do you know how muscles get bigger or why they might not get bigger? Do you know what the muscles are? Do you know how the skeletal and muscular system works together to create movement so the body can move and do the things that will keep you fit and strong? Do you know what causes injury for both fitness and strength so that you avoid injury either altogether unless it's an accident? You take the risk out of exercise so that injury can't be an excuse for somebody not to exercise. So number one, do you know exactly how to get people fit? What does that actually mean? Do you know how to get people strong? What does that actually mean? And the third one's really important. Do you know how to fit fitness and strength into somebody's lifestyle so they're going to do it for the rest of their life? So it doesn't matter how good the information is about getting fit, getting strong. Somebody might give you a great exercise program or a great eating plan, or this is how to get puffed and this is how to lift heavy. But if you can't fit it into your lifestyle, if you don't like the exercise, if you don't have the equipment, if you don't have the time, if it injures you or hurts you, you won't be able to do it for the rest of your life. So, for example, there's a lot of diets that say weigh, measure, count, can't have, don't have, mustn't have, shouldn't have. But if that doesn't fit into your lifestyle, if you don't have time to eat like that, if somebody's telling you to eat foods that you don't like, why would you eat it? If somebody's telling you to eat foods that you can't eat foods that you really like, so now you're angry or depressed or miserable because you want to eat foods that you can't have, or you eat them and then you feel guilty, how long are you going to stick to that for? It's not going to work for you for a lifetime, and it's not going to fit into your lifestyle. So as an exercise professional, if I ever give advice about food, which I never do, I just want people to work it out for themselves. So I ask the right questions to make sure they can work it out for themselves. If somebody can't fit it into their lifestyle, they're not going to stick to it. So should we know how to ask the right questions so that people can figure it out for themselves? An exercise program is the same. It might be the best exercise program in the world, but if it takes too long, or it's going to injure somebody, or they don't like it, or it takes up too much time, or all the excuses that people have for not exercising, doesn't matter how good your program is, your eating program or your exercise program, if it doesn't fit into that person's lifestyle, they're not going to be able to stick to it. So the anatomy and physiology of the human body, everybody can learn that. And I would suggest, even if you're not an exercise professional, or you're not a medical professional, or you're not a dietitian, you've got to live in your body for the rest of your life. Wouldn't it be a great idea to learn how it works so that nobody can give you dodgy information about eating or exercise? So you can actually look after your own body. But if you are going to go to an expert, wouldn't it be nice to ask them intelligent, wise questions if they give you an eating plan or an exercise plan? Wouldn't it be great to ask questions and say, well, why would I do that and how's it going to work for me? Because that's not going to fit into my lifestyle. If you are an exercise professional, the third bit is the most important bit. If you're a medical professional, the third bit's the most important. How do I make sure that I can get somebody fit and I can get somebody strong in a way that fits in with their lifestyle? And how would I know that if I don't ask questions? So the silliest example of that, of course, is you can go online and you can buy an eating plan, you can buy an exercise plan, put your credit card details in, they ask you to pay money, and that's it. They don't know how old you are, they don't know how much muscle you've got, they don't know what your lifestyle is, they don't know what your injuries are, they don't know what you like and what you don't like. You just pay for something and hope that it works for you because a celebrity does it, or an elite athlete does it, or a social media influencer does it. Well, that just doesn't make sense, does it? If somebody's going to give you advice about your body, surely they should be asking you these very simple questions. What exactly do you want? What's important to you? Why do you want it? Where do you want it? Where do you live? Where on your body do you want it to happen? Where do you do your sport? Where do you do your hobby? So that there's a really good idea of how to fit this into your lifestyle. When do you want to achieve your goals? How much time have you got to exercise? Time's such an important thing. And yet so many people don't even ask. What do you want? Why do you want it? Where do you want it? When do you want it? And then the emotional reasons why we do things. How will you feel if you do it and you achieve what you want? Versus how will you feel if you don't achieve it? Because if we aren't emotionally attached to our eating or exercise plan, we're not going to stick to it, because the first challenge that comes along, we'll just give up because we haven't got an emotional investment. A lot of people tell you that they want to do something, but they might not really want to. So we need to ask this question: are you on track or off track to achieving your goal right now? The thing that you really want, have you tried it before and stayed on track, or have you had challenges before? Because a person that's highly motivated will say, yes, I'm on track, let's go. Somebody else might say, no, well, maybe, hopefully, eventually, which is two different headspaces. And we need to know the headspace so that we can fit the exercise program into somebody's lifestyle, but we can attach it to their emotion so they're more likely to stick to it. Then what do they think? So many experts, personal trainers, exercise instructors, dietitians, doctors, they'll say, you should do this. But they haven't asked the person what's important to them, what religion they are, for example, because that will certainly affect their eating plan. There are some religions that don't eat beef. There are some religions that don't eat pigs. There are some religions that don't eat shellfish. You can't tell somebody to eat food if it's against their religion. They just will. You have to know that stuff. They might drink alcohol, not drink alcohol due to their cultural experience or their horrible experience with a family situation, or it might be, again, their religion. They're the things that we need to know. So I always ask this beautiful question. If you were your own high performance eating and exercise coach, what advice would you give yourself? Because that now gives you an insight into the person's headspace, what they believe, what their culture is, what they think they should do. And usually people get it right all by themselves. You just then need to ask them, what do you think you need to do to make sure that that happens? And then how can I help you? So what do you want? Why do you want it? Where do you want it? When do you want it? How will you feel if you get it? How will you feel if you don't? Are you on track or off track? If you were your own high-performance eating and exercise coach, what advice would you give yourself? And then what do you want me to do? How can I help? Open body language, lean forward. What do you want me to do? Rather than telling people what to do. And then that really important question that's the ultimate really is what's held you back in the past, what barriers, what excuses, what justifications, because we don't want this to be a diet that you go on for a short period of time or an exercise plan that you use to lose weight and then you put it back on again. We want to make sure that you're healthy, fit, strong, energetic, lean for the rest of your life. So if you have an exercise professional and they can't explain to you simply how to get fit, how to get strong, and how to fit it into your lifestyle, it might be a good idea to pick somebody else, or more importantly, find out for yourself. If you are an exercise professional, a medical professional, a dietitian, somebody that's giving out advice about how to be healthy, fit and strong, should it be for a short term and a long term? And I hope you say long term. Why the hell do we want to get people fit and strong for a short period of time? I want everybody to live their life with great quality for the rest of their life. So I want to get people fit, I want to get people strong, I want to fit it into their lifestyle. And of course, people's lifestyles change. So we might have to adapt and change and do things differently when somebody has a baby or when they go on holidays or when they change their job or they move somewhere else. There's all different things that have to come into account. If you really care about somebody, if you're going to take money off somebody because you are an exercise professional, a medical professional, or somebody who gives advice about food and exercise, do you know how to get somebody really fit? Do you know how to get somebody really strong in a way that's going to fit into their lifestyle so they can be healthy, fit and strong for the rest of their life? This is my begging position. We live in a world now where people are fatter and sicker and weaker and more depressed and more diseased than they've ever been in history. If you are an exercise professional, you should have, I hope, the desire and the knowledge to be able to get somebody fit and strong and stay that way for the rest of their life so they can have all the benefits of being a healthy human being with strong self-esteem, a clear thinking brain, a strong skeletal and muscular system, an endorphin, an endocrine system that pumps endorphins, hormones that people can be in control of rather than having their hormones control them. Wouldn't it be nice if women were excited about being pregnant, having a period, going through menopause rather than hating it? They're all the great things that as exercise professionals, if we understand how the human body works, we've got the best product in the world. Being fit and strong just changes people's lives completely for the better. Do we know how the human body works? And if we don't, could it be a really good idea to go back to the books, to learn and study your anatomy and physiology, but even more importantly, to be able to apply that to somebody's lifestyle so they can do it for the rest of their life? So they can sing every day like I do. Even if they don't want to sing, their body will be singing for them. I feel good, na-na-na-na-na-na. I knew that I would now, na-na-na-na-na-na. So good, yeah, yeah. What a beautiful world. Woohoo!